You guys have known for a very long time I've been involved with amateur boxing. I did it as a kid. I know how important amateur boxing is for the longevity, the success that you see a lot of professional fighters have. It starts in the amateur ranks, and we got a bronze medalist from 2024, Omari Jones. Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Listen, we had the entire 2020 team on here once upon a time ago, and they were, because of the pandemic and everything, they were in different rooms. They all had their own phones and all that kind of stuff. And so with me being as supportive to that team as I was, I kind of dropped the ball on this 2024 team in some respects. And so with you making your debut, 3 weeks ago now, I just want to make sure I had you come on. A lot like we had Keyshawn in here in the studio a couple weeks ago. And I said, man, we gave this kid his first interview when he was still an amateur. So I want to do that same thing with you, Omari, and just, make sure that everybody continues to watch your growth through the amateur, through the professional ranks. So welcome to the PorterWay Podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. I remember you guys came out to Colorado Springs around 2020?
2022.
And you guys put an interview together for us. So your support always been there.
Yeah. Let's go right into that debut. How was the reception down there in Orlando, especially with you being a bronze medalist? How was the reception for everyone as you made your debut?
I mean, it was a lot of love from my hometown, Orlando, Florida. They showed love. It was a sold out event. So I just saw the crowd erupt when I came out, and it's like what I put into my community. They definitely reciprocated that.
And then one more for me, and I'll let you go, Sean. So for me in my debut, it was almost like this movie. I'll never forget when the bell rang. I went through the whole process of being a professional fighter, weigh in, press conference, blah, 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 blah. It was all normal for me. When the bell rang, I took a step towards the center of the ring, and it was like this woof came over me, and this thought that you're actually having your professional debut now. What was that feeling like when that bell rang for you?
For me, honestly, it was another day in our office. Like I always said, coming from the Olympics, fighting in front of 15,000 people, fighting in front of 4,000 people was really nothing. I was there, do what I was born for, and I came out victorious and put on a show.
What's up, Omari?
What's going on?
Man, hey, first of all, nice Orlando Magic trunks on the pro debut.
Yeah,
very
100.
very Penny
Appreciate that.
Hardaway-esque.
Yeah.
Before Omari's time, but it did remind me of Penny Hardaway. But, no, man, I know fighters, they like to be the first them. You're out to be the first Omari Jones. But it is fun to compare. One guy that you kind of remind me of, even though you guys have different maneuvers, you do different things, you throw your punches a little different, but just something a little bit like Michael Nunn back in the day. And Michael Nunn went on to become number one pound for pound, multiple time champion. He was a tall fighter like you, clean cut guy, well spoken guy.
I see it.
Yeah. What do you think of that? And who do you think are the proper comparisons for some of the champions that came before you?
Well, first, I got to do my research on Michael Nunn now. That was my first time.
Second to none, Hall of Famer. Yeah.
But for my speed and my skill, I'll say Roy, my footwork, Ali. That's a lot of guys that I watched coming up, and really part of the reason why I went to the Olympics. They were greats, and I wanted to follow behind their footsteps.
There it is.
Yeah, you move more than Michael Nunn. He was a little bit more stationary. Still make his angles and his pivots, but you bounce around a little bit more than he did and some other things. But
Omari, I know you had thoughts of even sticking around. You were a bronze medalist just last year. You were thinking about sticking around and possibly making it to that 2028 games here in or out there in LA. What was really the final? What helped prompt that final decision to turn pro?
Well, I know me and you talked, Sean, for a little
Yeah, we
bit,
talked. Yeah, we
and you
talked.
tried to do
Damn near.
some convincing to stay in Orlando.
Yeah.
But my final decision was that LA was up in the air. So I didn't really want to take that chance. And I felt like it was time for a new chapter. I think I did pretty much everything that I wanted to do in the amateurs. And to do it again, I didn't want to get bored by the sport. And I feel like I made the right decision with Eddie Herman Matson.
Have you graduated college yet?
Yes, I graduated from Valencia College, and I just wrote my book, The Journey of an Olympian.
Wow, congratulations.
I feel stupid now. He's like 22.
This kid you were like in school on the road, right?
Yeah, I was in school, on the road, at the Olympics, all of that.
Even at the games, you were still crossing some T's and dotting some I's from an educational standpoint.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Right after my match, it was straight on the computer.
And tell us a little bit about this book, and we'll get you out of here. Tell us a little bit about this book.
So my book, The Journey of an Olympian, I just felt like I needed to do something to inspire the younger generation, but also the people that's been following my journey. And they needed to see the ins and outs of everything that I went through, the ups and downs, because going to the Olympics, it wasn't easy. It was a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of wins, kind of people looking at you differently whenever you don't do something you're expected to do the first go around. And I want to just show them what it takes to bounce back.
Yeah.
Omari, you know, because boxing is a sport where, you know, you fight and it brings about a lot of personalities, you know, that like to fight and, you know, aggressive personalities, all kinds of stuff like that. And here you are, a clean-cut guy, a well-spoken guy, a collegiately educated guy. Have you ever, in your time in boxing, experienced other fighters try to press you on that, or they look at that and they think, oh, okay, I'm tougher than him and I'm going to test him in that way? And have you ever dealt with that? And then a second part to it too, do you think that that's going to be a good thing for boxing, bringing that kind of flavor into the game, you know, the kind of personality you have?
I feel like I've been told by like fans that I need to talk a little trash, or like I need to do certain things. But my thing is just to always stick to me, stick to myself. I feel like it'll come a time where an opponent will try to press me out about certain things, and I just have to show them that I'm no pushover at all. And you know, I can be kind, you know, right now outside the ring, but I know once I get inside the ring that I'm about business.
Yeah, I look forward to that to him bringing that flavor, that juxtaposition. Gentlemen outside the ring, but let's get busy inside the ring.
I like to think that I motivated him to be that kind of person.
Yeah.
So, hey, Omari, last one from me.
Okay.
You are kind of elaborating a little bit more on what Zittel said. You're kind of you're the 1 percentile. You are the maybe 10 percentile of athletes, boxers that decide to get college courses and further your education beyond high school and things of that nature. For anybody who may think, you know, this, because I think you got like you got like a store. You sell something. What do you do? You got other stuff that you could be doing other than boxing.
Merchandise.
Like, tell everybody what you're doing, and then tell everybody why you're boxing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, all that. Tell everybody what you do and why you're boxing.
Okay, so I have my book that I mentioned, The Journey of an Olympian, and I also sell merchandise, and you can get that at omaribangerjones.com. I created my clothing brand whenever I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I was just drawing. It's called Dollar and a Dream. And it was basically just about, you know, coming from nothing and turning your dream into something with hard work and dedication. And inside the ring, I just started my professional career, 1-0 right now, coming from the Olympics and planning to be a Hall of Famer.
So why boxing? You know, with everything that you could be doing, why boxing?
I started boxing at a young age. I started karate at 4 years old. My parents put me in that for discipline. And when I transferred to boxing at 8 years old, it was just natural to me. So it was something that I love. And what I put in, I know I'm able to get out. I don't have to depend on no teammates. It's me in there. So I know I can count on me and God.
We got a couple, and this is my last question. You got anything? All right, my last question. We got a couple fighters returning for the 2028 games.
Yes.
Who do you see being someone who you have no doubt he or she is going to win a gold medal in 2028 in Los Angeles?
Well, I got to go with some of my teammates that I know. For females, I go with Jahira, Gonzalez, Morel. You got Jennifer, and then my boy that was my teammate at the past Olympics, Jamal Harvey.
Yeah.
And
my guy.
I'm going to go with my guy, Raheem Gonzalez.
Yeah.
To go ahead and qualify and bring it home. It's well deserving for him, for sure.
You looking at maybe 5 golds, you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Well, hey man, congratulations, and look forward to speaking to you again. When your book releases and all that kind of stuff, come on back on here so we can help
already
promote
out, Sean.
that. And very, very proud of you, young man.
You heard me?
No, sir, what'd you say?
I said it's already out.
Oh, okay. So where
It's
can
on
everybody
Amazon.
get your book at?
Yeah, so you can get it on Amazon at The Journey of an Olympian.
The Journey of an Olympian. There it is. We appreciate you, Omari. You take care.
Thank you, Sean.
Yep.
Have a good one, Omari.